Hi, I am Mike of New Left Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. Right, you may or may not recognise this. Oh, no, let's put my face on. There we go. You may or may not recognise this. This is the SSTO, single stage to orbit rocket, with only a couple of minor adjustments made to it. Yeah, there we go. In that I've installed some ladders, because normally what this is for is just going up into space and then docking with something and come back down again. The Kerbals aren't meant to get out and walk around, so it's not designed for them to do that. So I've added that ability because I want to go look at some things. Specifically, I want to go look at some of these magnetic anomalies. I'm going to see if I can do it this way. This could go horribly, horribly wrong. I should probably do things like put a computer core on so I can hover, but I can just activate the parachutes and that's going to be fine. What parachute are those? Okay, I've got the drogue chutes and I've got the main chutes, which are all of those. Alright. So this is almost certainly going to go horribly wrong. But what the heck? Now I'm wanting to go pretty much west, which is exactly the opposite of the way we normally go. What's my thrust to weight ratio? 121. That's alright. So off we trot. So I've activated that there. Now I'm going to start heading over. Now I'm probably not going to try and go suborbital. When I start going for longer, further away ones like this one, I'm going to want to go actually suborbital. But I don't think that is necessary in this case. Back off a bit because that's really loud. So, I mean, the thing about this thing is that this should get, I mean, this craft has enough delta V to get into orbit and get back again. So, oh, I thought I'd change it. So we should be able to fly all the way over there. And then parachute. I also have air brakes, which are quite cool. Never had air brakes before. Let's go up a bit more. This is in the mountain, which is not helpful. So it'd be interesting to see how close I can get. Yeah, let's point ourselves a little bit more up, shall we? Well, I don't have as much delta V as I thought I did. Also not, let's go to target mode. Oh, oh, okay. No, it's, yeah, let's go. It's not actually a target, which is actually fair enough. So it looks like if I was wanting to really do this, I should have gone up even further. I should have gone up more than I have been. Oh, I'll go this way. This may be a bit of a failed experiment. Am I flying up the sky, or is that? I think there's something up ahead of me dropping stuff in my face. I'm running out of delta V very quickly. And as you can see, I'm not going to make it at all. I mean, what I should have done, I probably should have waited until I got quite high up in the atmosphere. Before giving this a go, before heading over. So I definitely went over far too quickly. Oh, and we're flipping. Air brakes, are the air brakes doing what I want? Right. All right, we're going to chuck this down, chalk this down to a failure. It's going to say, "Oops, didn't work." Going to point ourselves retrograde. Going to send off the drogue chutes. Not, I think we really need them. And then the main chutes. That'll take a little while. I'm quite a high above the surface, so it's all right. So, if I was going to do that again, I think quite sensibly I should have followed more of a standard descent profile, just kind of going up and gradually curving over till I get to 10k. Jebediah's happy, Arnica not so happy, Nabella not so happy. But I do believe we're all right, so. Got a lot of spin. I don't think that spin's going to be making anybody happy. Let's try turning off those. And I'm actually not quite sure which way I want to be turning. I'm going to be trying to roll it to stop. the roll. Something's actively causing the roll, I think. Oh, there we go. It seems to have fixed it. Oh no, starting up again. Oh, I can just turn off SAS, can't I? Oh, I'd forgotten you can do that. You can just turn off SAS. Oh, we're still... Let's put the brakes on. We're still plummeting quite heavily towards the ground here. Even with the chutes open. Oh, actually, I'm not sure they are fully open. I think there might be two different sets of chutes that have opened different times, because some of them look like they're not fully open yet. Well, no, that makes sense actually, because some of them might be only going at 1,000. Yeah, okay. It looks like some of them already have opened up more fully than others. Oh yeah, these ones here. Are those open? Okay, this is designed reasonably well by someone who wasn't me. Okay, so with everything, with the air brakes on, I'm now on the full chutes, and we're now under 12 meters a second. I would actually rather like to be lower than that. There is our shadow. Okay, that's pretty good. I've got a suicide burn distance. I'll use that. And when that gets to about 50 or so, I'll use that. So there you go. This wasn't the best experiment, but this is useful for learning how these things work. So there is that. I'm going to be landing on some nice grasslands, which is fine. I don't know if there's any, well, there isn't any science I can get because there are no scientific instruments on this. I should possibly put some scientific instruments on it if I'm going to be doing this. So next time if I'm going to have a go at this, I'm going to try and follow much more of a standard ascent profile. Certainly when I get to until I get to above 10,000 feet, then I need to start thinking about precise directional control and stuff like that. Doing what I did, I went far too vertical, far too horizontal, far too soon, and thus it did not work. Slightly picking up speed, 10, 11 meters per second. Coming down for a landing. One of the reasons I actually think this might be a good scientific vessel, I actually know this is going to give me a chance to test a couple of things with the ladders, because I'm not quite sure if the ladders are going to work the way I want them to, so I might do that. But one of the things I want to do when I take a scientific thing around a planet, very often you need multiple versions of each experiment in order to get the full science value. Now, you could either take along a research lab, which is quite heavy and quite expensive, although expense is no longer an issue for me. I've got like 11 million Kerbal bucks. I'm fine for money. But it is, I believe, a heavy thing. Whereas this hitchhiking container can store experiments, I believe. And so I've got a crew hatch and a hitchhiking container, which means that I can store at least 2 copies of each experiment, which is, I think, a useful thing to be able to do. Still coming in about 10 meters a second. Ooh, that nearly broke everything. we go. So we have landed. So I'm going to see if I can actually. I'm going to have to. Crew hatch. No, something's done. There we go. So let's take Arnica, who I think is a scientist. Transfer to there. And then we extend the ladder. Extend the ladder. If this doesn't work, if you can't actually climb out, and climbing out is the important thing actually. I'm not too bothered about climbing back in again. I've forgotten to extend the ladder. So I'm hoping that she's going to be able to climb onto that booster there. And then along that booster and then down. I may have to think about this. If this is going to be a lander that I'm going to use, if I'm actually going to use this to go and fetch items, go and check waypoints. So yes. Oh, that worked. So far so good. Nice. The transition, I'm not too worried about this transition here with these two ladders, because I was able to place those where I wanted them. Whereas this ladder actually has to overlap this ladder. I was actually worried about whether or not it would extend at all without breaking. So that transition worked out very well. Slightly wobbly physics with the legs. So that's really to be expected. And we let go. Alright, now you can see how far I got. I didn't really get very far at all. So there you go. But here we are, we're on grasslands, which I don't think I can do anything useful. I think I've got all the... Oh, I get a small amount of science for that. Very much doubt to get anything for an EVA report. And we're going to climb back up again. All right, that seemed to work. So the ladders worked, nothing else worked. I didn't actually get to where I was wanting to get to, but other than that, everything was fine. So this is actually not a terrible test run of this. Clearly I needed either need more parachutes or need to make sure that I've got enough delta V to do a powered landing. I also need to make sure that I don't. I either have to ensure that oh, that nearly went wrong. Ow. Okay, that's going to be. I think I need to be more careful when I get up there. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. The not so successful first launch of the single stage to orbit craft, but then we're going. Well, we'll try again. Thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit NewLoveDice at newlovedice.com. And until next time, reach for the stars, or at least the nearest magnetic anomaly.